To your Thursday with rain falling all over the Alamo City. Mia Montgomery is here to tell us what's coming next.
And police are trying to find out why a shooter pulled a trigger on the north side. We've got the latest this noon.
Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
We sure needed it, and boy, did we get it. You probably heard the thunder and the lightning and the rain falling over the last few hours.
Wasn't all good news, though, because that rain led to some issues on the roads this morning, like this crash on I-35 near Loop 410.
No one was hurt, but police say the driver was going too fast on these slick roads. We're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos in just a moment.
But now let's take you outside with Trans. Got a kind of lull in the action here. Had a whole lot for a while, and now not much going on at the moment.
Yeah, we are catching a little bit of a break right now. You can certainly see, though, that we do have some overcast skies still in place. And yes, we do have a few sprinkles out there that are on the live cam. Now, yes, it has been a very soggy start to this Thursday across the Alamo City. Definitely needed the umbrella and the rain jacket, and of course needed to take it slow out there earlier this morning. Let's take you outside at least with what we're monitoring right now on the radar. We still do have some light rain pushing across northern Bexar County, but really for the most part, especially compared to what we saw out there earlier this morning, kind of catching, yes, a little bit of a break. We do have some spotty showers that are pushing through the far northwestern reaches of our area near Kerrville and the Hill Country. And then here across our far eastern counties near Gonzales, kind of in between Gonzales and Smiley, a little downpour there that is pushing northward closer to Highway 90 out that way. So we'll keep eyes on it, as well as some spotty shower activity that has developed near Live Oak County near George West. That is continuing to push farther up to the north, so that will likely move into portions of Karnes County, northern B County here in the next 30 minutes. But across our far southwestern counties, you can see we don't have a ton going on right now. We can expect, though, over the next few hours to start to see some more activity then shape up. Temperatures, though, chilly right now because of that rain-cooled air in the cloud cover, sitting at 51 degrees here in San Antonio. So it is going to be a chilly day, not just throughout the remainder of this Thursday, but into tomorrow as well, because we are not finished with the rain chances. In fact, later this evening into tonight and then into our Friday, still expecting more coverage. So tomorrow morning, like this morning, going to be another soggy start. And Stephen, with all of this rain that we've seen outside, you have been very busy keeping tabs on all of the traffic out there today.
We needed the rain, Mia, but I am shaking my head at the problems it could probably bring with the commute. We saw plenty of that this morning, guys. Let's go ahead and start here at 281 at Hildebrand. Slow-moving traffic there. In fact, we have still plenty of issues to talk about. Obviously, the rain is something we needed, but when it comes to the roads, it leads to bigger issues. So right now, 281 northbound is what we're looking at, and you can see traffic is down to just one lane there, and that's because, unfortunately, we have a major crash reported in the area. But remember, 281 at Hildebrand, you have to slow down before you reach that curb. A lot of times when the roads are wet, we tend to see a lot of issues that pop up in this particular stretch of town, so that's why we have a big delay there. 281 northbound, right there from Hildebrand Avenue to Bassey Road, that entire area is being impacted. You can see a portion of our roadway shaded out, and that's not good news for anyone that is traveling north of in the 281 a little bit later today. So an area that we will monitor very closely, but not the only problem. We have to take a drive now over here to I-10 westbound at Wurzbach Parkway. Another major crash reported, and notice it almost looks like a portion of I-10 has disappeared in the westbound lanes. That is because first responders have shut down that area as well. So yeah, the rain was something we really needed. I know my grass is happy about it, but the roadways, not so much, guys. Taking a wide look at the metropolitan area, thankfully a little bit more relief out there. You can see plenty of green. No other major issues are being reported at this hour. Of course, we did have some high water that was reported out toward Live Oak. That's also cleared out, but we're going to keep a close eye here at 281 at Hildebrand. Not a good spot, but let's hope that we'll have a better update to report a little bit later on in this newscast. David, Ursula.
Thank you, Stephen. Certainly
Very memorable morning on the roads. Meantime, San Antonio police are trying to find out how things got so deadly wrong between a man and a woman. They say the woman admitted to shooting the man overnight in an apartment on the city's northwest side. As
Katrina Weber tells us, it happened while a child was in that home.
A call from a woman had San Antonio police crowding into this parking lot at the Preserve at Westover Hills Apartments overnight. They say the 23-year-old told them she had shot a man after 2:30 this morning. Initially, a police report said unlike the officers who she wanted there, the woman told them the 41-year-old man was uninvited, someone she had tried to keep away through a restraining order. Officers at the scene told us the man was shot in his head and died. Homicide investigators spent the next few hours trying to sort out what happened, going through the ground floor apartment in the 1500 block of Northwest Crossroads. According to police, the man and woman were not alone in that apartment at the time of the shooting. They say there also was a baby inside. Police took the infant from the home to be placed with another relative. They say the child was not hurt. Detectives took the woman downtown to be questioned. In a later report, they named her as a suspect in the shooting. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
We have new details this noon in a murder case. We're learning the trouble started inside a San Antonio restaurant. Arrest paperwork says 18-year-old Jesus San Miguel and the victim, Joshua Eugene Kinnaman, went to the restaurant together. This is across from John Jay High School. Police say surveillance video inside that business shows that the two teens got into an argument and then stepped outside. An exterior camera showed them exit the parking lot, and Kinnaman aggressively shoved San Miguel from behind. And that's where the suspect pulled out what appeared to be a lock blade knife. Police say San Miguel lunged at Kinnaman, stabbed him in the torso. Kinnaman was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The suspect is charged with murder.
Catalytic converters continue to be hot items for thieves to grab out of your car, and there's proof of that in New Braunfels. Police there asking for your help searching for these suspects who they say took them from a New Braunfels middle school. The catalytic converters were allegedly taken while this vehicle was parked outside the school. If you know anything that can help identify the thieves, you can call Comal County Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen, 830-620-8477.
Today is the last day to register to vote. Elections are coming up on May 6th, and not only are the mayor and city council seats up for grabs, but voters will also decide whether to amend the city charter with sweeping ballot proposition. Right now on our website, we've got everything you need to know about the election and how to register to vote. Just look for this story on KSAT.com.
A little weather or a lot of weather hasn't stopped some local campers in this annual Easter tradition. KSAT12's Tiffany Huertas with how they're still in good spirits despite the drenching.
And the Spurs starting their Austin homestand tonight. Pop talks about the future of that city hosting more games coming up in sports.
Some local high school students getting a chance to be in the Battle of Flowers parade for the first time. We're going to take a look at some of the floats we are expecting to see.
We are just 2 weeks away from the first day of Fiesta, and we got a chance to catch up with some high school students doing rehearsals for the Battle of Flowers parade. Some of the schools taking part in the parade include Burbank, Stevens, Edison, Holmes. Students got their first look at the floats that they're going to be on.
Every year, the Battle of Flowers Association selects 9 public schools within San Antonio, and it's a rotating opportunity for the public schools to participate in the Battle of Flowers parade.
The Battle of Flowers will be on Friday the 28th. If you can't make it out to the parade, you can watch it live right here on KSAT12.
Taking a look outside with live cam traffic crews, meteorologists, among those very, very busy today.
Yes.
We're taking a break, though.
Yes, we are especially seeing a little lull in the activity here in San Antonio for any lunchtime plans, but that all follows what has been a very soggy and messy start to this Thursday. In fact, the aquifer up 0.3 of a foot today, 635.3. So that is the good news. Excited to see what that aquifer reading is tomorrow. oak is still high in today's pollen count, but molds, pecan, and pine are all low. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at the rainfall totals, what we've seen so far, and also get you a look at the futurecast depicting what the radar could look like over the next 36 hours, because we are not finished with that rain.
It's already been a soggy start to the Easter camping tradition at San Antonio parks. Families who staked out their spot today had to do so in the rain. Tiffany Huertas with why, to these families, getting drenched is not as important as keeping the long-standing tradition going.
I got here about 7 in the morning, and it was kind of like this, but then as I started setting up, as you can see on that end, it started pouring on me.
Robert Perez was on a mission this morning, looking for the perfect camping spot at Woodlawn Lake Park.
Last year, we were at a different spot, and there was no shade.
But this year, Robert found a spot by a tree.
On the weekend, I'll have my sister-in-laws here, my wife and our children, and, and just spend the day with the family, because that's really what it's all about.
It's the second year his family will participate in a San Antonio tradition of camping at a park for Easter. Robert says they will have a lot of food and music.
Fajitas and sausage and chicken and jalapeno poppers and burgers and hot dogs and so all of that.
Although Robert is the only one set up right now, park officials expect more people throughout the day. Park curfew will be lifted beginning at 11 p.m. tonight and will resume at 11 p.m. on Easter Sunday.
We'll have volunteers and stewards out and about letting people know, reminding folks, hey, we have trash bags. Remember to recycle and pick up your trash before you leave.
Park officials say during last year's Easter weekend, visitors disposed of 19 tons of trash and 5 tons of recycling in Brackenridge Park alone.
The rain's not going to stop you from having fun.
No, it's not. It's not going to stop us from having fun at all.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
See, now that's dedication. That's wanting your spot right there. You're willing to go out in this mess to get it for the weekend.
I wonder if there were any no-shows. I mean, because it was raining hard.
Yes, very, very soggy and messy out there this morning. And really that activity started last night as we started to see that moisture kind of overrun a stalled boundary off the Texas coastline. Combine that with some pieces of energy swinging across the Lone Star State. And we were able to find some thunderstorms develop for Wednesday night and through the overnight hours. Now, we love the rain, but we don't like the severe aspect of it. Take a look at this photo that was sent in via KSAT Connect from one of our viewers out in Seguin last night. As one of those thunderstorms rolled through, it kind of looks like snow, just first glance, but that was actually some hail that was able to develop with some of those thunderstorms, and it was able to accumulate out there on the grounds. Now, we really don't have a lot of severe worries or concerns throughout the remainder of the day today, but still, we'll keep eyes on a couple of embedded thunderstorms that we could find here over the next 36 hours as this rain activity continues. Thankfully, we have found some much needed and beneficial rain. This is a look at rainfall totals from official reporting sites across South Central Texas that I updated around 11:30. You can see, unfortunately, not a ton out in our far western counties closer to the Rio Grande. Check out Gonzales, though. Over 2 inches of rain has been recorded over there in Gonzales County since yesterday evening. Officially here in San Antonio, over at the airport, over an inch of needed rain. Same out in Converse, as well as Floresville, Stinson picking up over an inch as well. So here's the big picture. We have that stalled front that is just off the Texas coastline off to our south and our east. What we're seeing is some additional moisture that's overriding that boundary. And when you combine that with some energy that is moving across the state of Texas, you can see, yes, more of that widespread rainfall currently developing. Now, the heavier activity as of the lunchtime hour is off to our northeast. In fact, over the past 30 minutes, we've seen a few light showers near Hollywood Park, north of 1604 in Bexar County. That is dissipated a little bit. We do still have some scattered showers that are working their way across portions of the hill country along I-10 near Kerrville, stretching over to Mountain Home there. Up in Kerr County, even some lingering showers in northern Kendall County near Comfort, as well as Sisterdale. We're keeping eyes
eyes on this scattered shower activity that's making its way closer to the 181 corridor near Karnes City and Kennedy, and then just a few more downpours out there near Gonzales, stretching over to Luling. All of that moving farther up to the northeast. You can see, while yes, we are in a break of the activity right now, here on our Futurecast this afternoon and into this evening, this isn't going to be perfect, but it does give us the idea that we still could find some on and off showers, a couple of downpours, and yes, maybe a few thunderstorms. And we are not finished with that activity through the overnight hours tonight and into Friday morning. While maybe not quite as soggy across a widespread area for the Friday morning drive, you likely will want to take it easy out there on the roadways and keep the umbrella handy, because yes, we likely will still find some activity out there on the radar. Temperatures chilly today and tomorrow in the 50s because of that. And then this weekend we dry things out just in time for the Easter holiday with highs in the 70s on Sunday.
That looks beautiful. Thank you, Mia.
The Spurs are in Austin, players enjoying it, but there are some fans who are not so thrilled about their team being up there. And San Antonio SC is going to show you what a really young team looks like coming up. San Antonio Spurs arrived in Austin yesterday afternoon after their road trip ended in Phoenix. Now, we say road trip ended because these two games in Austin are considered to be home games. The Spurs arrived at their hotel around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Austin media also there to greet them. After they got settled, Coach Pop took some time to take some questions for the media, and he said it was strange coming back to Texas and not going home to San Antonio. He also said this won't be the last time they play games in Austin.
The Spurs organization just wants to expand the territory. You know, we live here in this region, you know, all the way from Mexico all the way up to here, and we'd like to spread that experience that we've had with the Spurs into another area, because we haven't been up here. But to do that, we've got to make the effort to be seen and to get up here and play some games. And I think, you know, we'll do that, I think, every year now. I don't think, I know. And so this is the start of that.
All right, so there you go. Going back to Austin every year, the Spurs will play a total of 4 games away from home, away from the AT&T Center this season. They will have half their holding home games in Mexico City in the Alamo Dome. Then the guys will get to hang out in Austin for a couple of days, which isn't a bad thing for them.
I got to come down here last summer and last fall as well, and just experience the city a little bit. You know, I like it. It's a lot different than San Antonio, obviously, but I feel like there's a lot of young people here. It's really active. It's a really cool city.
There's a lot of great food out here. The lake and the water area is always fun to walk by and hang out in those spots, and just the energy down here is great. You know, it's a very lively crowd, as opposed to San Antonio. It's kind of a different speed, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, the young guys like it up there, but some Spur fans not happy at all that their team is playing home games in Austin, and rightfully so. Spurs legend Sean Elliott feels there's reason not to worry, though. The Spurs are just trying to expand their fan base. In fact, the Spurs are hoping to grow their brand. Reminds Elliott of his early days here in San Antonio.
I can remember when I first got here in '89, and Red McCombs put Pop and I on a little bus, a hotel shuttle, and we went down to all these small towns in South Texas, and we did clinics in parking lots, and we signed autographs at HEBs and at malls, and that was all to drum up fan support. I mean, we went to Laredo, Uvalde, Victoria, Del Rio, Brownsville. I mean, you name it, we were down there, and it's essentially the same thing.
Ooh, they weren't playing home games down there, though. Hate to disagree with Sean in any way. Hey, the Spurs are going to host the Blazers tonight, 7. Devontae, Doug, Jeremy, Devin not going to play. Keldon and Romeo are questionable, and Zach Collins probable with a cut on his left pinky. Then the Spurs will take on the T-Wolves Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the Moody Center. This is like the first big thing they had in the Moody Center, so they're ready to get that thing opened up. In the meantime, San Antonio FC defeated Club de Leon FC last night 2-1 in the second round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, and they did it with a roster full of young players from their academy. 15 of them suited up, and 7 made their professional debut after falling behind 1-0 in the 61st minute. Dane Augustin scored his first professional goal in the 79th minute to equalize the Force extra time. Then 8 minutes into the extra period, Roman Holt scored the game-winning PK to secure the victory. Head coach Alan Marciana is proud of his young guys.
This is our club, right? We play the SAFC way. Whoever steps on the field, we stick to our game model principles, our mentality. We call them mentality mini monsters, and they showed up big tonight.
Just super excited to contribute to the group. It was a great showing tonight for the academy, and really just shows how much of a family this club is. Just Coach Allen's really prepared us so well, and Coach Juan and Dario and everyone in Victor. So we're always ready for an opportunity if that presents itself.
Those guys do look young, don't they? San Antonio FC returns to USL Championship competition this Saturday. You're going to host Sacramento Republic FC at Toyota Field at 7:30. Very young.
Very young.
Still coming up, a shortage of traffic controllers makes airlines thinking they'll cut some summer flights. How this might impact your summer vacation.
Former President Donald Trump appears to not be getting any help from his former vice president. Why Mike Pence may have finally agreed to testify by January 6th.
And taking a live look at Market Square, SA Live team busy putting together another jam-packed show. We're going to check in with them coming up in the next half hour. Look, there's Easter Bunny there. Back outside with, look at the temperature. It's below 50. That means there's a wind chill.
It's pretty cool.
There's a breeze blowing.
Well, there is a breeze. That is definitely true.
So there's a wind chill.
We've seen some wind gusts upwards of about 25 to 30 miles per hour today, and that's likely going to stick with us throughout the remainder of the afternoon. So yes, when you combine the breeze with the cloud cover, the rain-cooled air, all of those ingredients together is going to make for a chilly and damp Thursday across South Central Texas. Now, yes, this morning we saw widespread rain push across the San Antonio area, really along and east of I-35 is where the bulk of that activity has been so far this Thursday. Again, as of this lunch hour, not a ton going on in our neck of the woods when it comes to the radar. You can see the better activity is near the Austin area and closing in on Bryan College Station north of LaGrange. For us here in South Central Texas, we've got a few lingering showers across portions of the hill country near the I-10 corridor in Kerrville. A few lingering downpours in northern Gonzales County. That is all moving farther up to the northeast. And then we've been monitoring this scattered activity that's really developed and taken shape over the past 30 to 45 minutes. You can see that is stretching closer to the 181 corridor as well as I-37 out there, southern Atascosa County, which is one of the areas that picked up on anywhere between 4 to even 6 inches of rainfall with the training thunderstorms that we saw last night. So again, all of that is moving farther up to the north near Kennedy, Fall City, Poth, Floresville. That's going to continue pushing up that way. So we'll keep eyes on that. Here in San Antonio, we're actually pretty dry right now, but those roads are still a little damp out there. And yes, as David was mentioning, it is chilly. We are in the upper 40s and low 50s, and we likely are going to hold on to the 50s over the next several hours. Now into tomorrow, we do still have some additional rain chances that are in the forecast, so don't get rid of the umbrella just yet. Off and on, it's not going to be all day and all night and all day tomorrow in your neck of the woods, but we will keep eyes on that. And then of course into the Easter weekend, we do look to dry things out just in time for the Easter Bunny. So we'll have a full look at that 3-day outlook and what we're expecting coming up in just a few, guys.
Thank you, Mia. Now to more potential difficulties for former President Donald Trump following his indictment in New York earlier this week as former Vice President Mike Pence now moves one step closer to testifying about January 6th.
ABC's Rachel Scott reports while the former president faces 34 felony charges, his top aide, the vice president, is apparently agreeing to testify, but with some stipulations.
Federal prosecutors could be just weeks away from hearing from a key witness. former Vice President Mike Pence. After months of resistance, Pence agreeing to testify on a slightly narrowed set of topics stemming from a subpoena for his testimony, clearing the way for him to speak to the grand jury investigating the efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
So you may be willing to testify on other matters, just not specifically your role.
I'm going to stand firm on the Constitution of the United States. We'll let the courts sort that out.
On January 6th, Pence was pressured by Trump and taunted by the mob. He says he repeatedly told the former president he could not throw out the election results.
President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election.
Trump's once loyal vice president is just the latest former aide compelled to testify by a federal judge, a sign that special counsel Jack Smith's probe is closing in on Trump's role, including in the January 6th attack itself.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Smith is also investigating Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents. Trump, who is already facing 34 felony charges, denied wrongdoing in both cases.
Pence is expected to testify in the coming weeks. The big question, will Donald Trump try to appeal it? We know the former president has tried to keep other top aides, including his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, from testifying, and those efforts have failed. Rachel Scott, ABC News, West Palm Beach.
The U.S. Attorney's Office opening up a civil rights investigation into a bizarre encounter between two Parks police officers, U.S. Parks police officers, and a sleeping 17-year-old boy. Now that teenager is dead. Newly released body cam video of that incident shows officers quietly approaching the back of a vehicle they believe was stolen on March 18th in Washington, D.C. 17-year-old Delanio Martin was asleep behind the wheel of the car while it was running. No sooner than they got in the car, Martin woke up, struggled with the officer, and he sped away. But the officer who couldn't get out of the speeding vehicle ended up shooting the teenager. The boy's mother says that he and the officers should be identified and prosecuted.
I want justice served appropriately for them all, but the officer that shot my son, executed him, I want him locked up.
Police point to the fact that the car crashed into a home and the officer who shot Martin gave him CPR but was unable to save his life.
Overseas, China officials warning the U.S. not to provoke them over Taiwan and its alliances with other countries. A day after the Taiwanese president met with U.S. lawmakers, China flexing its own diplomatic muscles, hosting French President Macron and the head of the European Commission, while the former Taiwanese president tours the U.S. China also is warning the country that supporting Taiwanese independence would be a, quote, red line. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and the Taiwanese president say independence was the reason for their meeting.
Your Big Apple summer flying plans might be cut shorter by a shortage of air traffic controllers. Major airlines now considering cuts to certain airports to prevent delays. American Airlines says it plans to slash service at two major New York area airports, and both United and Delta have asked the Federal Aviation Administration for permission to trim up to 10% of their flights in this busy region. Nationwide, 2 in 10 air traffic controller positions are unfilled. The union representing air traffic controllers says staffing levels have dropped 10% over the last decade. A member of one of the most prominent political families in U.S. history may be running for president. This guy, how he might continue his family's legacy in the White House.
And a potential vaccine for RSV might soon be available for public use. How vaccine makers are hoping the FDA approves it soon to help those suffering with respiratory illness.
Lawmakers in the state of Kansas overriding the governor's veto regarding transgender athletes. What this means for the future of sports in Kansas from elementary school to college.